The girl plotted to abandon her poor ex-boyfriend, who expected him to become the adopted son of a rich man. Not just overthrowing her brother's position, but also compete with her at work. Made Se-yoon angry but couldn't do anything. Ask him if he wants to take revenge on her. Hyun-woo said he forgot about their relationship soon. But Se-yoon inlaid gold on her face. She thinks he still loves her very much. She also said that she couldn't come back to him anymore. At this moment, Dong-hee caught the two of them together. Ask if the two of them know each other. Yes, it's not. What is this? Hyun-woo said he was familiar, Se-yoon said he wasn't. In the end, is it familiar or not? Se-yoon went to look for her brother but was nowhere to be found. Suddenly she thought of a place. She changed into a black dress and went to the funeral home. As soon as he opened his mouth, he blamed his brother. Why are you so depressed? And Dong-yoon told her to be quiet. You should ask your parents in heaven first. Se-yoon then tells her brother not to worry. She will beg the president for help. But Dong-yoon hopes his sister can end this unhappy marriage. Also wants her to give up the baby in her belly. Se-yoon didn't understand. She asked him if he was crazy. Dong-yoon had to say that the child was the child of the enemy. The one who harmed her parents and then blamed the president. Se-yoon heard that and still resolutely refused to divorce. Wanting to let a stranger's child inherit that rich corporation. Make a plan of the most fearsome revenge. What? What are you saying? I will tell you later. This is a most cruel revenge plan. You'll know soon enough. At this time, Hyun-woo asked Eun-soo and Se-yoon how are they related. Eun-soo didn't answer him. Also asked if he still likes Se-yoon now. Hyun-woo said frankly that he had already forgotten about her. But she still owes him a truth. So is Eun-soo. She said that she and Se-yoon have an implacable enmity. She wants revenge on her, then kicks her down. As soon as Hyun-woo heard it, he wanted to cooperate with her to take revenge. Actively raise your hand to shake hands. He said he would help her win against Se-yoon. Eun-soo also shook his hand. The Se-yoon revenge alliance of the two was also officially established. But the next day ran into trouble. Se-yoon pulls out evidence that Hyun-woo cheated while in Paris. Said he wanted to report to his superiors to cancel his position. Jung-hoon said she had no qualifications to participate in the company's affairs. Se-yoon knows he's trying to help Eun-soo. Hyun-woo also knew this news, his aggressiveness increased even more. It was clear then that she slandered him. So he let Eun-soo compete in his place. Se-yoon asked the president to keep his brother's position. The chairman said that Dong-yoon must personally speak to him. Se-yoon silently scolded him in her heart. Turn around to find Jung-hoon. It is also guessed that Jung-hoon soon knew the cause of his father's death. Ask him why he has been patient with his cousin for so many years. What do you want to hear? I'm just curious. Why do you always give everything to me and Dong-yoon? Why care about that? Why so? I just want to do that. That's all? That's all. Se-yoon wanted him to give in, so he gave in to the end. Think of a way to bring your brother back to the company. Then, assign the assistant not to give up the office to someone else. Tell him to tell his brother to go back to work. She would definitely take over their company. When Se-yoon returned home, she heard her aunt investigating who she was with. Her one-night stand. Se-yoon right now is really chipped, with enemies everywhere. Do you want to make such a big deal? In the evening, Yi-sun unintentionally mentioned her father's story to the president. Ms. Pal soon said the two have known each other for more than 30 years. The president did not want to say much. Se-yoon next to him hates him. Again asked her father why he passed away. The president now told her to stop talking before. Then hurried away. This scheming girl is truly evil. Know that other people's food is better than your own. She immediately sent someone to rob them in broad daylight. Fortunately, Jung-hoon always followed Eun-soo. He hurriedly chased after the robber, desperately snatching the computer from the robber. But it hurt him. But he feels that he can still help Eun-soo and is very happy. If this plan doesn't work, Se-yoon will think of another. She turned to her ex-boyfriend to harass her again. She still thinks that Hyun-woo still likes her. So, start gently asking him to cancel Eun-soo's competition status. Hyun-woo said that she has the delusion that everyone likes her. I just want to know the truth. 4 years ago, after going out, Se-yoon discovered that the president was also here. She immediately left. But while driving, she was seen by Mrs. Pal soon. When she got home, she asked if she was going to that restaurant today. Se-yoon pretended to be ignorant, saying she had never been to that place. But Mrs. Pal soon clearly thought it was her. I even thought it was an illusion. She became more and more suspicious of her. The next day Se-yoon went to the restaurant again. Tell Eunsa that Hyun-woo is just using her to stimulate him. But Eunsa didn't fit either. She said she volunteered to be taken advantage of. Se-yoon was so angry that his eyes exploded. Wait for Eunsa to leave. She surreptitiously looked at the notes in the recipe. Again, Hyun-woo came to disrupt the group. Ask her what she's doing. Se-yoon plays love games with him again. I want you to be on my side and my brother. So. Just this once. Please help me once. Hyun-woo. But Hyun-woo just wanted to ask her how was the baby in her belly that year. Se-yoon doesn't want to remember that time anymore. Get angry and leave. You really don't know. Let go. I do not know anything. But when she went out, she heard that Eunsa had to work very late today. She devised a plot again. Trick Hyun-woo into telling him about 4 years ago. As for me, I sent someone to lock Eunsa in the warehouse. Eunsa heard the noise and rushed out the door. Found the door locked by someone else. She shouted loudly but no one answered. Se-yoon's people also went to the kitchen at this time to delete all the documents. Jin-gu still calls Eunsa to pick Jun-hee home. Had to call Jong-hoon to ask where Eunsa was. Jong-hoon was worried about her and immediately ran to the restaurant to find her. Finally discovered Eunsa locked in the warehouse. He quickly broke open the door to help her out. Eunsa was freezing cold right now. Jong-hoon quickly hugged her outside. Hyun-woo now returned to meet them too. I just found out that I have fallen into Se-yoon's scheme. Hyun-woo because he wants to take revenge on Se-yoon. Early in the morning, I went to Jong-hoon's house to say hello to Mrs. Pal-soon. At the same time, he also said that he knew Se-yoon. She even went to his Western restaurant. Pal-soon asked her again. Didn't she say she had never been there? Se-yoon just pretended to remember it wrong. Then Hyun-woo talked enthusiastically with Mrs. Pal-soon. Hyun-woo even made her own coffee. Going to the kitchen to meet Se-yoon again, she asked him what he came here for. Hyun-woo said he was just trying to torture her. The atmosphere between the two was very tense. But she was interrupted by Mrs. Pal-soon. When going back, Hyun-woo sat in her car with a thick face. But this scene was seen by the maid. When he got home, he informed his wife. I saw them arguing and leaving together. They look very intimate. Over here, Jin-gu came to see Jae-yeol. Ask him to give me a recording. After going out, he was knocked down by Se-yoon's people. Then they took Jae-yeol away.